Hello, beautiful people, tribe of many colors. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Oh man, how have you been? Hope you've been enjoying yourself, taking care of yourself, drinking water, sleeping when you can, being the best version of you in all the moments that are showing up for you in your life, handling yourself as best as you can, and being in joy and protecting that joy because it's important. It's really important, especially now when the energy is up and down, up and down. There's delays with a lot of things. There's the push to get you to relax, right? Maybe some anxiety is coming up. There's just a lot going on that's trying to remind us to slow down. Get all the information, get everything together before you push forward. At least that's what it's been for me. I've seen a lot of detour signs as I've been driving around, and that's sometimes when those signs show up in your reality, it's also a message for your subconscious, right? So there's a lot of delays, a lot of detours, a lot of things that's trying to maybe push us back into the routine of things that keep us in a balanced place, right? So when we get out of the balanced place, there's always something that kind of pushes us, nudges us back in the direction of being balanced within the self. The detours for me, I've been uploading videos. Well, not uploading them, I've made the videos, but something is always getting in the way of me editing and uploading. So that's what it's been like last week and this week, is just delays in me wanting to do what I have in mind to do. And I'm so sure I'm going, right with something, and then the universe says, no, we're taking a hard left and you're going to do this and this and this instead before you come back to this. So it can feel like a delay, but it's a part of the process to remember to just go with the flow sometimes. We have no control, right, over how it's going to go, when it's going to happen, the direction we want it to go. Sometimes the universe says, throw the planning out the window and just flow with where this is going. And that's what I've had to do. So I have 2 videos I've made that every time I go to edit, something comes up. So I'm just doing something else. This seems to be where I'm directed to go. So I'm doing this. I'm going to be reading a Aesop fable. So just a side note, Aesop is credited with inventing or creating fables. These are Greek fables. Nobody really knows if he was Greek. Some people say he was Ethiopian, and there's a couple other places they claimed he was from. Nobody really knows for sure if he invented all the stories, but he's just given credit for them. So I love fables. I love fantasy, mystery, sci-fi, fables, folklores, all the accounts of human history, human encounter that's not written down. The stories, the fables, the fairy tales. I love those things because I think there's a lot of truth and a lot of wisdom and guidance that's embedded in stories that are able to pass through time, through culture, and find us and maintain the same morals, right? The same point, the same levels of contemplation years later. A story or a fable or mythology can hold that information all the way through time. And I think that is such vital and important history, because when it's written down, it's lost. It can be rewritten, it can be burnt, it could be destroyed. But there's something about putting truth in a story that it surpasses all age, and it can find us exactly when we need it. So I went digging and I found a site that has It's basically a compendium of folklore and fairy tales and Aesop fables and things like that. And I came across one, and my guys were like, "All right, talk about this." I'm like, "All right, let's do it." This one is, hold on, my little light keeps going out here. All right. Can't hold it. Well, I guess I'll be doing this without a light. Yeah, it's not staying on. Alright, anyway. This one is called The Man, the Boy, and the Donkey. Alright. I'm going to read this one. And maybe there'll be some meaning in there for you. And let's see what we get. Okay. Alright. It said, a man and his son were once going with their donkey to market. As they were walking along by his side, a countryman passed them and said, "You fools, what is a donkey for but to ride upon?" So the man put the boy on the donkey, and they went on their way. But soon they passed a group of men, of whom said, "See that lazy youngster. He lets his father walk while he rides." So the man ordered the boy to get off, and he got on. But they hadn't gone far when they passed two women, one of whom said to the other, "Shame on that lazy lout to let his poor little son trudge along." Well, the man didn't know what to do, but at last he took his boy up before him on the donkey. By this time they had come to the town, and the passerby began to jeer and point at them. The man stopped and asked, "What are they scoffing at?" The men said, "Aren't you ashamed of yourself for overloading that poor donkey of yours, you and your hulking son?" The man and the boy got off and tried to think what to do. They thought and they thought until at last they cut down a pole and tied the donkey's feet to it and raised the pole and the donkey to their shoulders. They went along amid the laughter of all who met them until they came to a bridge. When the donkey, getting one of his feet loose, kicked out and caused the boy to drop his end of the pole. In the struggle, the donkey fell over the bridge, and his 4 feet being tied together, he was drowned. The moral of the story: try to please everyone, and you will please no one. So here he was trying to get from one place to the next, right? That's how it can feel sometimes when we're trying to do something, accomplish a goal, get our business started, go to school, find a new job, change relationships, change where we live, make a big decision in our lives. Sometimes it feels like trying to get from point A to point B. And here are all these people along the journey that have their perspective of how you should travel, right? That's kind of what he faced here. He's trying to get to market with his son. That was it. And instead of just focusing on his journey, he allowed the perspective and the opinions of other people to change his mind, change his perspective, trip him up, cause him to overthink, right? And imagine if he's taking his donkey to market, it's to buy or unload. So he's either going to sell something or pick something up. And constantly changing his perspective because of other people's perspective. Changing what he's doing because other people say, don't do it this way, don't do it that way. Sometimes in these scenarios, you just got to do your own thing. You got to do your own thing because you can't please everybody. Everybody has their way of seeing the world and how they think some things should go. And if you listen to everyone's perspective on how your life should be, you're going to end up losing everything or making even bigger mistakes than you thought possible. Sometimes when you make a mistake, you got to make a mistake so you can figure out where not to go, what direction to stay away from, to nurture and develop your instincts. You're never going to prevent a mistake from happening. Every single thing you do comes with a learning curve. And we call those learning curves mistake, but in reality, it's just practice, right? Because until you get it right, you're just practicing. And nobody knows how right it is but you. You're the only one that knows if this feels right to you. And anytime you seek guidance from anyone about anything, they should always help you to get to what you really want for yourself. No one should be telling you how you should live your life. That is the one thing that we have that is so unique to us, is our expression, our creativity, our choices. It's all of what is bundled in sovereignty. So if you find yourself on a path where you're taking in the opinions of too many people, this story is a good example of what can happen when you allow too many opinions, too many perspectives to change your course. Because in the end, what happened? He lost the donkey completely. So now whatever he was either going to drop off or pick up, he can't. Because I think the deeper message is to listen to your own wisdom, listen to your own guidance, and make sure your heart connected to know exactly what you should be doing and where you should go. And I think that was, and I read that story, I was like, yep, that's true. That's facts. So this was just a little video to check in with everybody, make sure you guys are doing okay. Handle the detours with grace, okay? Plans change, things change. Right now, if you're trying to put concrete plans into play, just have some grace and have some patience because there's a lot of detours. And in the detours, to still try to maintain your joy, your happiness, the perspective you've kept with you all this time. Listen to your guidance. Sometimes it's for a reason, right? We always know this. It's the remembering and the implementing and the applying that becomes difficult over time. So just roll with the punches. Roll with the punches. Stay on your path. Listen to your wisdom. And sometimes the naysayers, the haters, the people that want to throw traps and tricks and detour you, just listen. They're gonna do what they gotta do. That's their role to play. Stay focused, right? Stay focused. Keep your heart open. No matter how much they trigger you, keep your heart open so that you can hear your messages and move in the direction that's right for you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm gonna follow my own detours, listen to my guidance, and I'll get those videos out to you as soon as I can. I love you. I love you. I love you. Take care of yourself. Bye.